Yo, yo!
We're in one of those between weeks between the tentpole movies. So, a couple reviews tonight that probably not a lot of people will watch these reviews.
Boo!
But so we just got out of Money Monster. I've got The Darkness here in a little bit.
What are you talking about? We got the darkness all around us. You don't need to see that movie. You just look outside. Darkness is rising.
I could just go home and watch Stir of Echoes.
Oh my god.
I think me and Brian will be the first people to review that movie. Last time I checked, no one's reviewed that movie yet on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, right?
Maybe it'll be a surprise.
Perhaps.
Money Monster was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a fun little movie.
It's a real-time movie. That was kind of cool. More or less, it's with the exception of like the prologue and the epilogue, the events in it are told in real time. It reminded me a lot, and I can't remember the title of this, but there was a TV movie that I think it was David Morse was. It was like a trash TV talk show, and he was like a father who's, I think, like his kid committed suicide, and he ended up taking everyone hostage in the studio. I watched it when it was on. I can't. It was like Primetime Murder or Murder in Primetime or something like that. It's been so long since I watched that I couldn't really tell you what movie's better, this one or that, but it was reminding me of that through the movie. Even the trailer kind of reminded me of that a little bit. And there's nothing really terribly surprising in this movie because the trailer, not that the trailer for this movie like tells you what is the reasoning behind all of it, but the trailer does pretty much show like most of the acts of the movie, from what's going on in the studio to their walk down the street to George Clooney punching Dominic West. I mean, as soon as Jimmy McNulty pops up in the movie, I'm like, okay, yeah. He's the bad guy. Murder Live, okay.
Sorry, yeah, that's why I was not paying attention. I was, just verifying. Yeah, he takes them hostage. Yeah,
that's right. So I could kind of see where the movie was sort of, and it obviously turning out that Dominic West is like, it turns out he's the CEO of this company and he's crooked and he's the reason why this $800 million took a dip in this supposed glitch in which all of these people lost their money in this bad investment.
Which is cute because there's no fucking way anybody would see a glitch like that and not immediately fix it to where there wasn't $800 million missing. That should, and they say that in the movie, that shit just doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. Algorithms are not designed inherently to do that. If there's a glitch, it doesn't do that.
You call this a glitch?
The whole, that thing was cute. I'm like sitting there going, okay, all right. As soon as they said glitch, I'm like, nope. Mm-hmm. No. I mean, you knew it wasn't going to be, but I'm like, no.
It'd be very anticlimactic.
No.
Look, someone spilled coffee all over the shit, all right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know much about it. I failed economics class.
All of our servers are going haywire at the same time. Bullshit.
When they're doing all like their money talk and everything in the movie, I'm like, this is like, I failed economics so bad. Like, I need it to be the big, I need it to be The Big Short where like,
they
Margot,
dumb it down for you?
Yeah, where Margot Robbie comes on and like explains everything to me. I'm like, well, I don't know really what he's talking about here with the money and everything, but Clooney's dressed up like a boxer in one scene and he's doing a dance, and this is a weird show that he has. It's like, it's obviously supposed to be like Mad Money with Jim Cramer. And
oh yeah.
Even the situation itself, I think, is kind of similar to what was it Bear Stearns or something like that? That was
yeah.
The big deal between him and that. I remember that from The Daily Show. But his the show he has in this movie, like, it's popping up, something bad happens, it'll pop up footage of, like, Joan Crawford. Something good happens, like, oh, old-timey, like, applause. There's gadgets, and the show is so weird that when a gunman shows up with a bomb, people watching it are like, oh, man.
It's a stunt.
Yeah, they're like, this is the best episode yet. I love this show.
Oh, man. I will say one thing. I love Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
But she is a tad bit heavy-handed and throwing at the, this is bad, this is what they're doing to us. I mean, I understand that she's very liberal and has a very liberal viewpoint, but maybe not make it so they're completely bad. Because they're really not. They're just jerks. like they beat you over the head continually. This is the bad guy. This is the bad guy. This is the bad guy. They're taking all your money. They're taking it. They're not going to give it back. It's like, no, because everyone else in the world understands that the stock market is a risk. Mm-hmm. It is not a stable investment. It's not meant to be. It goes up and down.
It made me not really feel that sorry for the gunman, honestly, because like, okay, by the end of it, and you're right, the movie is pretty heavy-handed. I mean, I certainly expected that going into the movie.
Yeah.
Compared to, like, this movie is subtle as shit compared to, like, what Uwe Ball tried doing with that second Rampage movie. Holy fuck. That movie literally had a scene with Uwe Ball sitting there going, I agree with this guy. So, as to what you're saying, here's a dude who took his... Okay, and yeah, this certainly happens, and it's unfortunate. And the guy, he took his life savings of this money he got from his mom and invested it poorly because George Clooney said that this is safer than a savings bond. Right. And yeah, that's sad. He loses money. But then also he straps a bomb to him. He takes him hostage. His life is pretty much over. Meanwhile, right. He's got a kid on the way and a pregnant girlfriend. And by the end of it, it seems like this whole time this was kind of a suicide mission for him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other nice thing is well, not to say, but her and the writers do not let the gunman off the hook.
No, they don't. That scene with the girlfriend.
His girlfriend drops him like that.
Yeah.
They get on the phone thinking, okay, she's going to de-escalate the situation. She proceeds to tear him a new one and calls him a fucking idiot and he's fucking stupid and she's done.
Yeah.
She's done with him.
She's not in the movie anymore after that.
And it's like, oh, shit.
And so, like, the next 20 minutes, the gun was just kind of sitting around shell-shocked and everything.
Oh, my God, yeah.
I guess the one downside of, like, 99% of this movie being in real time is you do have, like, several sequences where they're just kind of sitting in front of the camera, really not doing anything.
Right.
And also their walk from the studio to where Dominic West is, we see that entire walk, which is about 20 minutes or 25 minutes of the movie, or at least it feels that way anyway.
Well, the nice thing is you've got different narrative perspectives.
And that's, yeah.
So it intercuts. It's not like you're continually watching him for 20 minutes walk. They're cutting, because at that point they're trying to figure out where this money went, how it got where it goes. So you've got Clooney's perspective, you've got Julia Roberts' perspective. She's the director of the show. She's trying to get information. She's feeding George Clooney information. You've got the perspective of the CEO, the bad guy.
Yeah.
And his CCO, his communications officer, who's also, I guess, fucking him.
Oh, yeah.
And he's having an affair with her. So you got their perspective. You've got a couple interconnected scenes between the analytics, the algorithm designer who's in Seoul. You've got a couple hackers in Reykjavik, Iceland.
And there's a lot of different
Yeah.
perspectives like that because the sequence has to
Yeah.
go on so long, and certainly a lot of what they're saying is definitely important to the plot. Some of it is like, yeah, they kind of just need the
Filler.
sequence to go on for a while. Even like when Clooney and Jack O'Connell are just kind of sitting in front of the camera there for about 15 minutes after his girlfriend dumps him. Yeah, it is cutting to some other stuff, but I'm sitting there like, man, someone in front of the camera better say something. If I was watching this at home, I'd so change the channel right now. This is dead air. I'm not doing anything.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, at that point, you would either have to be totally invested in watching to the end, or you're just like, okay, what else is on board?
It does.
Which really kind of happens at the end. In the end of the movie. Mm-hmm. It's really shitty. I mean, that's the other thing it beats us over the head with, is how just ADD we are with our television.
Yeah.
As soon as the whole thing is over with, everybody leaves. Everybody changes the channel, goes back to whatever it was they're doing. They don't even consider what had just happened. They don't think about it. They just kind of like, oh, okay.
And even parodying too, the almost e-news style coverage of what's like. Here's a guy who,
like the fucking TMZ shit.
Yeah, like the TMZ stuff. Like, here's a guy who is walking down New York City with a bomb strapped to George Clooney, and he's got a gun. Meanwhile, it's cutting to this roundtable news footage where the lady is like, "Oh, no, this guy, like, we need to have him on the show tomorrow."
My Twitter feed is blowing up with his shit. It's like,
oh, fuck, man.
And then
this is where we become.
They've got a cameo from. I mean, I think that is real. Those are real news.
Yeah.
Like the news programs, the entertainment news. Not, I guess not entertainment news, but the flash news, the ADD news for those people who can't sit through programs.
Yeah, I noticed.
And then Young Turks.
Yeah, Cenk Uygur.
He's on there a couple times, which he's actually kind of fun because he's like, "What are you doing, getting close to that guy? He's got a bomb."
Yeah,
he's like, "Get the fuck away."
He actually says like, "This isn't OJ. Yeah. Why are people walking to see this guy? He's got a bomb strapped to him. What the fuck?" The movie it does have funny parts. There's a lot of humor in that, like, even though there's this gunman on stage, they still have to direct this show. Right. So, like, can we get a better camera angle on him? He's kind of got a shadow on his face.
He's in the shadow. Can we move him?
Like, Clooney's like, really? We're talking about shadows right now? And they start, like, really this movie is rated R just for language, and there is a lot of language in it. So they're cursing on live TV, and in the control room, there's a guy sitting there like, oh man, did they just say fuck on the air? Julia Roberts is like, really? Seriously?
Well, there's one sex scene, too.
Yeah, because that was a weird side detour that it took.
Oh, but yeah.
There was one of the guys who works for him, he finds out there's this instant erection ointment or something like that.
Think an applicable Viagra. Where you just spread it on your dick and...
So at the beginning of the movie, he's pitching this to Clooney, and Clooney's like, well, before I tell people to buy stock and do it, go try it out. So the guy's like, really? Okay. So then it's cutting to him in the bathroom like, oh my God, this shit works. And then like 30 minutes later, he's just straight up fucking someone behind the scenes. I'm like, what? Like, that was weird filler.
Well, he told him to put it away. He just didn't specify where to put it. So
really, it just also really makes you just fucking horny. I wonder if the stocks did rise on that product.
Something did.
Yeah. Touche. That'll be what they're at the end of the movie. They're like, so what's next week's show going to be about? That'll be what it's
Erection
about.
Cream.
Erections. You get so much. He'll have a bunch of stock footage of like rockets going off or like trains going through tunnels.
All the Chinese people are like, what the fuck's election cream? No.
The guys in the movie watching it.
Erection cream with that.
The acting is really good in the movie.
Yeah. I really think that's probably a product of Jodie Foster too. Is
Mm-hmm.
having been an actress and knowing the craft.
Yeah, she can direct actors.
She can direct actors, get on the same level with them, and get what she needs out of a scene.
And Clooney, I mean, it goes without saying how charismatic George Clooney
Right.
is. So obviously, right away, you buy him as a talk show host, especially this kind of show.
Little on the smarmy side,
Yeah,
but still likable. Not a totally bad guy, but
I can see why this show would be a hit. I can see why
Oh,
that
yeah,
show would
easy.
be popular. Julia Roberts is fantastic in the movie. If you see one Julia Roberts movie that's out in theaters right now, please don't see Mother's Day. What the fuck?
Don't do it.
God, apparently it took like only 3 or 4 days for her to film her role in Mother's Day or something like that. That was just kind of like, well, yeah, I'll do this over a weekend. No, it's a really tense, dramatic performance. Jack O'Connell, he's kind of Wahlberging the shit out of the role, but like he's good.
He throws the accent on pretty hard, pretty strong.
It's like, I wonder if if this movie was made 10 years ago, that totally would have been Wahlberg. I was like, I wonder if they ever asked him if he wanted to play this part.
I don't think he can play the guy with a baby on the way, lost all his money characters anymore. He's got to play Transformers now.
Yeah. Unless that's his next plot in the new Transformers movie.
He loses all his money, he's got to sell Optimus.
Yeah. Him and Optimus Prime take over a television series.
Optimus, I need $10,000. Could you hold on a second? This guy over here, he's gonna do something to your tailpipe real quick.
I would leave the theater like, this is the best one yet.
Optimus is like, don't roll that out.
Finally, something that's like the cartoon. He's like, you see the preview for that Ninja Turtles porno spoof that's coming out? 10-inch Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'll do you one better.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Oh, it's out already. Yeah. How is it? Do you see their dicks?
Stupid. Oh my god, yes. And green semen. Like it looks like it's ooze.
Yeah.
It's fucking, they fucking ejaculate ooze, and it's hilarious. It's so terrible.
I must see this movie.
I had to. I was like, that's one of the movies I actually was trying to watch. I fast forwarded through the actual sex scene because I'm like, because they don't actually have sex. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on? So then, yeah, April circled her.
There was a Brazilian one I watched one time. It was like Los Tortugas Pinges, I think is what it was called, and their catchphrase was Conchadunga. I remember being like, I don't even want to know what that means.
Yeah.
I was later told, but yeah, I'll have to watch that. That'll be, if I do I don't know if I'll do a snob episode on that.
Because it's only like 20-30 minutes long.
Well,
it's just a single, like, because it's her and Casey.
Oh, okay.
And then afterwards, then she.
Well, it's hard. I mean, I've done stuff on there
that's
before
just fun to do on camera.
Only like it's only like 20 minutes or so, but it's harder to do. It's harder to do movies like that on YouTube because not that it would get taken down or anything like that, but the really, really raunchy like porn stuff like that, like it would get, if something gets flagged for being 18 or over, it takes away your monetization. So that's something that
really? That's dumb.
Yeah, so that's something to where, like, anymore I just put porn episodes on the DVD so I can keep them uncut.
Right.
Otherwise I just put them on Screen Wave. Because if I'm going to watch 10-inch Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm going to get paid for it. Oh shit! Or else my lights will go out.
That is kind of neat, though. Damn it! That's what I was trying to avoid.
Spooky.
And there we go.
Any final thoughts about the movie? It's a pretty simple, straightforward movie.
It is. There's not much. I mean, pretty much you've seen a lot of the plot if you've seen the trailer. Like you can piece together what this movie is from the trailer.
You can.
It's not. It's still. It's a pretty decent flick. don't really have anything too terrible to say about it. I mean, besides the fact it's a little heavy-handed, which Jodie Foster got a lot out of her actors, but damn, maybe tone it down a little. Yes, we realize there are people, CEOs that are trying to fuck us actively. We understand this as Americans. That's the lay of the land. But still, just the stock market is the stock market, and this guy is dumb for not diversifying and trusting a guy on TV instead of doing his due diligence and watching these stocks, because that's what you need to do. If you're going to get involved in the stock market, you need to look at this shit over months, preferably over years if you have the time. Look at trends and invest that way. If you want something long-term, you don't want to do stocks. If you want something real quick, real fast, stocks, they're the more volatile. Now I'm getting fucking financial advice. That's why if you get into retirement plans, very little of it's anything high volatility, unless you're like 50 and haven't invested. Then you have to do that to try and make your money. If you're 20s, 30s, if you go into a retirement plan, you tend to put it in stuff that's more stable, that's going to get a more stable return over the course of the investment. So that way you don't get fucked like this guy did.
Just play online poker like everyone else.
There you go. That's exactly. Throw your entire retirement income into online poker.
Pocket aces. Boom! Millionaire.
Straight flush. Give me your money. No. But yeah, I mean, I can see where he was coming from. I mean, he was kind of dumb. Mm-hmm. And they kind of take advantage of it a little bit with him. Oh, throw it in here. It's a safe investment. And honestly, with Clooney's character, it shouldn't have been really his fault. Because technically that investment... He was being played, too. That investment, he was right in his assessment. Mm-hmm. Had it not been tampered with and caught, had the CEO of this company not committed fraud, it would have been a safe investment, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, it's a good movie. I don't think there's really anything about it to where I would be like, you totally need to see this in the theater.
No.
It isn't worth that. There's nothing bad about it. It lags a little bit, but for the most part, like, it keeps you fairly interested. It's a totally solid rental. It absolutely is. If you rent this on a Friday night and just chill out and, like, get some takeout or something.
In your pajamas.
In your pajamas, like they talk about in the movie. Takeout and pajamas. Then, you know what? That'll be perfect. That'll be perfectly serviceable.
Right.
Well, I guess I gotta go. I don't even know what comes out next week. I've been losing track of that so much.
Well, not because it's not Apocalypse, because that's the end of the month.
Yeah.
What the fuck is next week?
I used to do really good at keeping tabs on that, and even when I look, it's like I just forget. By the time I get to the theater, I forget.
The Nice Guys. Duh!
Oh,
The Nice Guys.
The Nice Guys, Angry Birds, and...
Neighbors 2.
Neighbors, yeah, that's the other one. Neighbors 2.
Fucking A, Nice Guys.
Fuck yeah, The Nice Guys. Oh my
Hell
god,
yeah.
I can't fucking wait.
That looks like a lot of fun, man.
Fuck yeah, 70s fun. Fuck yeah.
70s Shane Black action buddy comedy, yes.
I am super excited about that. See you next week.
Adios.